this. No, it's going to take quite a while for collaborations to ensure that everything for all agencies are addressed, especially with the Castro. That seems to be the agency that takes time to work with. Hopefully, we can get on track on that. But I think in the short time that there has been some progress, something goals, vision goals. I think we'll try to revisit everything with all stakeholders and our long-term plans. I think the fact is, concerns with students crossing around Enrique Alvarado neighborhoods, there is some progress happening. We can see that happening going after
As the audience may know, our agenda is up here, so you can follow on it. We should have some copies over there, and we should have some copies on the back of the material. Starting July 1st of this year, which is this coming Tuesday, I believe, right? There's been an amendment, and the Brown Act has been amended to state the following, that our agendas, when they are posted to the public, not only is the agenda going to have to be posted, but the back of the materials. So from here on in, whenever you see the agenda posted, say we meet on Thursday and we post it on Monday, well then you should have the back of the material also. That means Gina is going to have a little bit more work. That means that all of you that are submitting items for the agenda are going to have a little bit more work. The intent is to have as much public exposure to the material that we have that isn't confidential, so that you can participate in the meeting with being a little bit more informed as to what the information is. Those are my only comments. The next item on the agenda is a special presentation by Mr. Ray Falcon. Ray, I don't see you in the audience unless you're hiding back there. He's not, so we'll leave that to the foot of the agenda and see how that goes as Ray shows up. Next item on the agenda is comment from the public on items that are not on the agenda. If they're on the agenda, your comments are going to have to be held in abeyance until the item is called by the board for discussion. Also, items on the executive session agenda are not going to be received right now. So any item that is not on the public agenda, anybody wishes to make a presentation, go ahead.
Yes, my name is Eduardo. I'm a school counselor, and I've been a school counselor for 15 years for Clerk by school district. I respectfully like to request to the audience and the personnel director have no response. I was informed that I don't have a job at any school after my contract hours were completed, and I'd like a response, and I respectfully request the board to honor that or understand.
Mr. Pacheco, you're hereby directed to meet with Mrs. Riley at her convenience and address your concern. Thank you very much. Sir?
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Superintendent Alvarez and President Rivera. My name is Javier Moreno. I am a graduate of Calexico High School class of 2008, and I am also a recipient of the 2008 Gates-related scholarship, and I was an assistant editor to the yearbook this past year. I'm here voluntarily, along with some of my classmates, in order to clarify any confusion and misunderstandings regarding this past wonderful yearbook that we have here with us, and to why it was late. To begin with, I will straightly say working for the yearbook was an awesome experience. However, we had more negativity than positive outcomes. The yearbook was not late because we wanted the Petco page in it. On Friday, April 11, 2008, Mr. Pimentel came to pick up our yearbook on Friday. Our 300 pages were not uploaded into the system, and each single page took a very long while to upload. When Mr. Pimentel observed this, he permitted us to turn in the yearbook on Monday, April 14th. There was never any mention of the yearbook arriving late, and no consequences were spoken at the time. On Saturday, March 12th, Mr. Moses visited Petco Park, and since we had the weekend to finish our book, the yearbook collectively decided to place in Petco at the very last moment. Furthermore, our basal pages were already done. One thing I want to make clear is that Petco was not the reason why the yearbook was late. The sad thing about this that Mr. Montes is the only one to appreciate all our hard work. We work on this book for many hours. Knowing that Mr. Montes' stipend is being held is a big disappointment to me, since he has decided to donate the stipend to the yearbook staff. His work is done and so is ours. Thank you. I would now like to present a classmate of mine, Mr. Weather.
Good evening to all. My name is Luis Alvarez, a graduate from the class of 2008, and I was the editor of the 2007-2008 Calexico High School Yearbook. But why am I here at this moment? If I recall the minutes of the past board meeting, I can see many things that are not true. Now, what I have to say is nothing but the truth. I have no reason to lie. I have already graduated and have the yearbook with me. I am just trying to prevent the other classes from experiencing what I suffered, and to shed light on all unanswered questions. To begin with, our original deadline was not met March 31st, 2008. That is correct. But Mr. Pimentel created himself a new deadline when he turned in 13 days late components of a new contract that he signed on January 22nd, 2008, and violated on February 15th and March 10th, 2008. The contract says that for every day Mr. Pimentel is late with pictures, the yearbook is granted an extension of 2 days per day after our original deadline, which is March 31st. Taking into account 13 days he was collectively late, amount to 26 days, which means we could have turned in our yearbook to him on April 26th. That relinquishes any blame placed on our part on why the yearbooks were late. However, there are other points that I would like to mention. The first being the database, which included senior portraits, junior, sophomore, and staff pictures. The yearbook couldn't progress without the database. Without it, we cannot know how many pages it entailed. This database was installed on April 5th, 5 days after our original deadline on March 31st. In addition, the program required to place the yearbook together, EasyBook, did not allow layouts to be edited once they were uploaded. I had to fix problems in the Photoshop file, save it in JPEG, add a border, and finally upload it again, which requires at least 5 minutes per page. Later, time increased since there was more data in the EasyBook file. Ultimately, editing wasn't done to the point I would like, but editing wasn't skipped. The minute said, quote unquote, the yearbook contained many errors, but errors exist in every yearbook CHS has seen, and they are not grammatically perfect. Finally, after reading the minutes, I also seem to get an understanding that supposedly the yearbook staff and advisor made the decision of having 300 pages either at the last minute or time that as a result will change the date of arrival of the yearbook. 300 pages were decided early in the year. But Mr. Pimentel knew about this and did not mention the yearbook would be late if that were the reason. Moreover, Mr. Barraza, staff, and even students at Calexico High School knew about our review. Mr. Pimentel's lack of professionalism created more problems than expected. It ultimately made me realize on how his work has been over the years. It is ironic that for the past 4 years, the yearbook has not been organized by the same teacher more than once. 4 years, 4 teachers, 1 representative. You know what to change.